Hello and welcome. So in this video, I'd like to explore what we call the responsibility line. Yeah. So I'm going to walk you through a model now, and you can take notes at any point or take notes. And if you have any questions, it might be answered in this video. If it's not answered in the video, please bring it to the community or bring it to the group conversations, and we can address that there. So the responsibility line really has to do what is our responsibility, what do we need to take responsibility for, and what is not our responsibility, and what is also therefore not within our zone of what we call zone of influence. So what is within our power, what is within our zone of influence, and what is not within our zone of influence. And very simply put, on the left-hand side here, you see your zone of power, autonomy, and accountability, and also your zone of influence. And what you therefore are responsible for is what you think, feel, say, and do. So all the thoughts that are going on in your mind is what you're responsible for. No one can make you think anything. You can only make yourself think certain things. The same goes for feelings. So all the feelings, sensations in the body is what you are responsible for. No one can cause a particular feeling inside of you. Only you can do that to yourself or with yourself in your own internal landscape. Yeah. What you say, so what you say to others in the world, and what you do. So the actions that you take or don't take, your behaviors. Yeah. This is your responsibility. This is very easy. What you think, feel, say, and do is within your, what we can call control, within your power, within your sense of agency and autonomy. And also what you're accountable for. So if you say something or do something that's not aligned, you are responsible for that. You can be held accountable to that or for that. Yeah. Then what you are not responsible for is what other people, here on the right-hand side, what other people, this could be a group of people, this could be society at large, this could be a particular person, maybe your partner, your family member, colleague, a team. You are not responsible for a client. You are not responsible for what other people think, feel, say, and do. So whatever their thoughts are their thoughts. Whatever their feelings are their feelings. Whatever they decide to say or do is theirs. So you can't change or influence that. You are not in control over that. Let's say it like that. The moment you try to be in control over that, we're going to cross this line, which is also, this is the responsibility line. But if we cross the line, we call it the sanity line, because it actually drives us crazy because we can't be responsible for that. So when we try to be over, what we call over responsible, we try to come into other people's field, if you will, and influence their experience. So we try to be responsible for what they think, feel, say, and do. We're not responsible for what other people think, feel, say, and do. If we don't take responsibility for what we think, feel, say, and do, so we don't take responsibility for our own happiness, for our own actions and behaviors, for our own outcomes in lives, and how we feel inside of ourselves, we are under-responsible. And often in a lot of relationships, particularly romantic relationships again, but also in team dynamics, we see it all the time. There is some sort of dynamic like this going on. The boss or quote unquote business owner is over responsible. The team members are under responsible. There's a certain team member over responsible or under responsible. A lot of us feel a sense of over responsibility for the client and their outcomes. And this is the hack. The moment we are over responsible, so the moment we try to influence other people's experience by trying to control it, better put, because we can influence other people's experience in a certain sense by what we say and do. And that's within our responsibility. But when we try to control it, yeah, we are over responsible, but we're simultaneously under responsible for our own experience. And this happens a lot in relationship dynamics, where the focus is out there rather than in here. And because of that, we're constantly giving our power away. And we're not actually within our own self and our own experience of ourselves. So this also has to do with really healthy boundary setting. This has to do with, where do I draw a line? Yeah. the line, literally? Where do I draw the responsibility line? And really simply put, you need to, in your life, if you want to have healthy relationships, draw the line between what others think and what you think, what others do, what you do, what others say, what you say and what others feel and what you feel, and have a really clear boundary as to what's yours and what's not yours. This also has to do with not needing anything from anyone. If you're really truly in your power, you don't need anything from anyone. You're so content and in alignment and just simply yourself that you don't need something from someone. You simply are what you are, and you're autonomous and self-governing in your own self. This means that you can be in relationship with one another. You can share intimacy and you can share, your life. That can all happen, but you don't need something from the other. You don't need validation. You don't need your sense of self-worth through the other. You don't need your sense of safety through the other. You don't need your sense of belonging or connection through the other, because you already belong to yourself. From my personal experience, it's incredibly important that we really find a solid seat in our own center and self in life at some point first, before we really go into deep dynamic relationships. And of course, that's not really possible because we're always in relationship. But if you find a lot of relational conflict in your life, what I would suggest you do is actually take some time out of your life, if you can. Maybe you go on a retreat, maybe you go away for a while, go travel, do something that's just for you, and you feel into your own self. You come back to yourself and take the time to really feel, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? What am I saying? And what am I doing? And is that aligned with me? And really healthily taking responsibility for that. Otherwise, we're going to find ourselves in this constant sort of push-pull dynamic, and on long term, that's really unhealthy, and it's going to break relationships. And we see this all the time in team dynamics. This is playing out all the time in family dynamics, where the parents are over responsible for their children as opposed to actually treating them as other human beings. And to a certain degree, to a certain age, maybe up until the age of maybe 3, we are very much responsible for their experience and so on. And even beyond that, but really from the age of 3 onward, we can really start to treat our children like humans and like other humans and like adult humans, really. Because if we treat them that way, they will become that. They will mature way quicker. And so really allowing people to have their experiences, and allowing people to have their experiences of you as well. It's theirs, and they're welcome to it. And so this also has to do with a sense of true confidence in yourself, and true, you can say, love for yourself and all of that you are, including all your thoughts, feelings, and experiences, and what you say and do, and taking full accountability and responsibility for all of that. Now, this is a big topic. Again, this is a model that we're sharing here, but where the juice sits is, how do you apply this to life? So anywhere in life where you feel out of control in a certain way, yeah, you feel like you're kind of someone else is controlling or influencing your experience of life, it is very likely that something like this is going on. So take note of the areas in your life where you feel that is happening, and start to get quite specific. Yeah, we don't want to keep it broad and vague. We want to get specific. Where in your life are you giving your power away, and where can you draw it back into your own self? We will explore this more in the group call. So bring any questions or any insights or any realizations, insights that you might have to the group conversations. Put them in the community chat, and we can really discuss this live, which makes it very alive and potent for all of us. Yeah, I hope this is useful. Thank you. Good luck.